Welcome back to Taco Bowler Gaming. My name is Taco Bowler. Today we continue our run in Victoria 3, playing as Germany, going for the Berlin Conference, and hoping that we don't have to fight France. At least not too badly. Currently, we have a 88.5 infamy, and if I go over 100, there's a chance of Rippers getting new victims. If I go over 100, there's a chance that someone will start a diplomatic play, that's the word I'm looking for, against me that would force me to remove my last 10 years of conquest. So that's not good. We have until October 13th anyway. That would probably reduce me to 0 of these. Great Britain's reducing our relations again. This is not helping. We've got all these states that they also have and stuff like that. The fact that we've shown an interest in Africa, it's not helping our relations with Great Britain. My guess would be that France would start such play, but I do know that Austria and Russia and Sweden would like me. It's a firm possibility I could win such a play, but we'll at least get to October and we'll see what we have and what we don't have. And our truce with France is over when? 23rd of August. Something we could do is try to preempt it by attacking France for these over here. Possibility of fighting the Dutch as well for Ivory Coast. And maybe even slip in a Luxembourg or something. That would put us over 100, but we'd have a truce with France, so they couldn't do this here. Poor laws. I don't want to do that in this game. Not at the moment, at least. I'd much rather be fighting like Benin. Which would be 17.5. Rather be fighting them than fighting the world to try to put me back in my place. Let's see. Right now, come on. Right now, we have 363 and can get 159. France has 182, can get 315, so they're pretty much even with us. And one thing we've found is that in this patch, it doesn't really matter that Russia has all this. They're not coming over. So that would only matter if the Ottomans or something were getting involved in a play like that. I've never actually done it to where I've gotten over 100 intentionally. So I have no clue how likely such a play would be, or how likely it would be for someone to join against me. So it might be time to do it. To just see. Let's just go ahead and put some in the North Rhine. Let's do that. Build a whole bunch of coal. We've got 38 buildings in the queue. 43 government constructions in the queue. So that'll keep us going for a little bit. And the GDP is going up again at a larger rate because I'm affecting it as opposed to the other. It's nice to have this non-government, the private constructions, but so yeah, if we wanted to become #1, we're really at a point where we've got to probably attack Great Britain. Which, okay. But, you know, growing the GDP past them would help. But yeah, at this point we'd be attacking some of these places and just trying to grab a whole bunch of the area so that Great Britain doesn't grab it, and just doing a lot more than we're currently doing. But as I said in my last video, I'm not anticipating completing Hegemony because there's a new DLC that is coming. So, we can do that. Alright, we were supposed to have our truce with them supposed to be up. August, not May. Great Britain has started a diplomatic play against Morocco to make them a dominion. Oh boy. Spain, yeah. Spain has historically been involved with defending Morocco. Great Britain stopped in damaging our mutual relations. Really? I wonder why. Now, my thinking is that I don't know if I can start a diplomatic play at all, but I don't think I can for sure once the war starts. Unless I back out, which would damage my relations with Great Britain pretty badly, and probably I'd lose the... So if the Ivory Coast can get some rubber. Some rubber plantations. Not too shabby, not too shabby. There it is. Spain has decided to side with Morocco. Does not really... Oh, Spain has abandoned their siding with them. I have not invented rubber, and so I cannot take advantage of the rubber plantations that are there in the Ivory Coast. We might be close here. I'm probably going to just go ahead and wait through until the truce with Sokoto is over. Probably at that point we'll be close enough. Just wait to get down to 79.9. Attack them. And when we're done with that, hopefully I get the achievement. If not, we'll attack like Benin or something. Somehow. Maybe go over 100 that way. If France gets involved, we'll take these two. Which would also bring us over 100, but we'd have a truce with France. So I don't think there'd be anyone we really have to worry about who would try to challenge us on it. Because Austria is still 50. So. Alright, the humiliation with France can no longer be be maintained. Morocco has backed down. Morocco is now a dominion of Great Britain. And they continue to run away from the rest of the world here. It's Great Britain's infamy, I wonder. Reputable. Okay. You keep thinking that. I was trying to build all these, and I'm hopeful that luxury goods we could start getting some of these crafted. We have a very large silk problem. So go ahead and trade for a couple of silk. But not really sure. Why is Portugal in the French market? Italy has declared Austria their rival. Alright. Britain has now started to damage our mutual relations again. Which we're at 50. -1 on January 1st. Alright. Alright, so we have 20 infamy. We're so close that I think I'm going to wait for the infamy to go down. Like I said, if France enters the war on its own, I will probably try and take some stuff from France. And push myself over that 100%. Or 100 infamy. We'll see what happens. This is French Senegal. We have German Senegal. That appears to be all. When is this going to be down, I wonder? It's 0.113 per week. I'm trying to look on, see who I can make a rival. That I haven't already made a rival, because this will rivalry would get me plenty more of influence. Yeah, that's the right word. But it doesn't look like we really have the ability to make rivalries with pretty much anyone we haven't already made a rivalry with. So that's okay. It'll go down soon enough. The Ripper, a cryptic letter. Perhaps the university can help. We have the authority to spend. Perhaps the university can help. Let's figure this out here. 1.13. We need 2.3. So 2 would be probably 19 weeks. So 19 or 20 weeks probably is going to be where we're at. So mid-year when we start. I wish it was close enough that we could just try and take this, but I don't think so. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's it, right? So this would be 8 and 9. So it wouldn't be enough without going to war with the Netherlands as well. On top of it, Windward Coast is 9.1. Ivory Coast is 14. And Senegal would be 16. So that would put us way over the limit. Just makes more sense to go for the 4 in Sokoto. 1.8 now. And GDP is kind of flattened off again as we're building these textile mills. Is what it is. Of course, we could also just wait for the 5 years left for that, for trench works, and then we wouldn't have to worry about going over 100, because when we're entrenched and they're in Napoleonic stuff, it doesn't end well for them. Doesn't matter who they are. That's the perfect time to attack things. Ooh, they're rebellious toward us already. I wish that them being rebellious would make this more, less infamy. But oh well. Unproductive trade routes for silk. Alright, let's start with the least unproductive routes to get rid of. I think I've already got buildings going for these. I think. We just don't have very many colonies left going, do we? Put some new colonies down there. Why not? More unproductive silk. That I find really interesting. That the more I'm making luxury clothes, the more I'm making things, the more I'm demanding silk, the more it's unproductive. Seems very strange. We need a lot more dye. In fact, let's go ahead and see if I can't pull some in. It's not going to be nearly enough, but it'll be some. 80.2, 80.0. Next week, we can declare the war. There is a Unify Scandinavia play for Sweden. So let's pause. 79.9, that's where we wanted to be. Annex subject play. Alright, so we're going to mobilize our 3 largest. And bring them in. And I'm also going to let Sweden know, hey, I'm interested. I can't wait for whenever they finally get the update where I could tell Sweden, hey, you give me this little bit right here, and I'll join your war. Like how we have an input shortage of silk, but it's still unproductive. Still unproductive. Alright, so for my play, France, of course, is close. Russia would potentially sway to my side. But yeah, Russia's not allied to me. I don't think they are. I'd like for them to be, but I don't think they are yet. Alright, so Great Britain's adding some troops to this too. So Great Britain's going to actually fight in this war. I mean, thanks, I guess? North Cameroon, this is South Cameroon, and the Niger Delta. So again, my belief is that when this war ends successfully, that'll be that. Sweden has not decided to try and sway us. So my belief is that when this war ends successfully, that'll be that. We will get our achievement, and that'll be the end of the run. But we'll see. Alright, that's that. France did not join. So, here we go. I got 6 million, so 19,000 reserve I'm not worried about. Sweden doesn't look like they're attacking Denmark currently. Oh, there's the battle. 37-9, but that is grueling. But I don't think Denmark will last very long against it. We're moving here quickly. I'm gonna put a strategic objective there. Hopefully we can cut them in half again. We can open up a third front again. Alright, so we do have an advantage in power here. And obviously the manpower advantage is huge. That was always going to be the case. But 65 to 51 means we do have an advantage in skill as well. And look at this advantage in type of weapons and everything. This is not going to last long. I was a little concerned with the numbers that they had. But, yeah. This is not going to last long. And just to make sure... These are all unincorporated states. Okay. We could... Probably by the time we're done with this war, we will be able to... annex Oyo if we need to try and grab one more very quickly for the lowest amount we could possibly think of. But we'll see. If I were continuing this, I would stop trying to colonize Africa. I would start working on Persia here, definitely taking Fars. I'd look at Egypt. I would probably go over the 100. Maybe try to actually take a significant chunk of France. Just a curiosity. 200 to puppet France, just outright puppet France. We would face Portugal, Algeria, and Egypt. They can't become a thing anyway. Does Egypt have a... They have a defensive pact with France. Ah. So we would have to try to antagonize France. I don't know, maybe we'd just attack Egypt. Because I can do a puppet on Egypt, right? And it's only 66. Yeah, I'd probably attack Egypt and try and get France somehow hurting. Yeah, it's unproductive. Trade routes. But then we're at an input shortage. I don't get it. And again, I'm not pretending to be an expert on Victoria III by any stretch, but that's just what I would do next. Do a promotion. Yeah, you can have it. I don't care. Whoever you are, you can have it. Silesia needs a government building. Saxony, I think, is still in the queue. They're building. We're saving our game. Yeah, the coal we're dealing with. The ammunition's probably a short-term deal. We're starting to outnumber them really badly in these battles. It's like, well, if that's that battle, where's this one's up here now? That one wasn't starting. Look at that, 83.7 to 19.2 to start the fight, and then the difference here, the demoralized is very high. Historically, what we would be seeing is disease in this area of the world. The obviously the locals had less problem with disease, but the invaders didn't usually fare that well. All right. So yeah, Great Britain and the British Raj are up there. Russia's very close. We're very close to Russia there, so we're right in that thick of things. Knock them out. There we go. And we do have two fronts because this is occupied by Oyo, I think. And this is occupied by Great Britain. So that is two different fronts, which is helpful. We can start two battles. Now we've cut them, which was the point of trying to take that as a strategic objective. So I'm going to remove that from strategic objectives. We're going to designate this as one. And that is that. And the achievement has unlocked the Berlin Conference. We are completed. That is lovely. So that is that. March 2nd, 1865. The U.S. Civil War. Not a thing in this particular run. But I thoroughly enjoyed this run. I thought that we did pretty darn good. And especially for someone who didn't really know how Germany worked. We're number 2 in the world. Great Britain's running away with it. But we faced down France multiple times. Took them out. And I think we did pretty darn good. And we would, we'd stand up to France right now if we had to. We could attack Egypt, make them a puppet. Try and do something with France when they got in there, and we could cause some big-time issues for a whole bunch of people, but we're not going to do that. I think this run is going to be over. I did enjoy playing as Germany. I wish that there was a way to gobble these up without actually attacking them after forming Germany, that you didn't have to do the unification play in order to gobble these guys up once you've made them happy as an effort to try and get them to join you in the first place. That's the one thing I wish would happen. And maybe with pan-nationalism we could maybe launch a unification play even with this, but it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that is this run. We have achieved what we had hoped to achieve. So we will see. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. Because don't want to start another Victoria 3 or another Hearts of Iron, because I think Hearts of Iron is coming up on an update relatively soon. I'll check into that. If Hearts of Iron's along the way, we'll probably start another Hearts of Iron. Otherwise, we'll either maybe go to 3 videos a week, because I do have some stuff going on in my life at the moment. That maybe that would be a good thing. I don't know how it'll work, but once the new update comes out, whether I'm able to afford the DLC or not, when the new update comes out, we'll start and we'll play as Spain, likely, and go for the Bourbon again, unless one of the new achievements, which I'm assuming there'll be new achievements with the new DLC, sparks my interest. But we'll figure all that out later. But I've been talking about gaming. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.